at that point, I had met this guy who we were working with a lot of local restaurants, and he was starting a business where he needed connections to local restaurants. And so we made those connections. And then he reached out to me about a month after I left and said, hey, I'm starting this company called Recycle Bank. Are you interested? That Amy mentioned, and said, I want you to join. I'm looking for someone to build out relationships with local businesses. And essentially what Recycle Bank was an incentive program to motivate people to recycle. And so I was like, well, different industry, maybe an interesting, different challenge, kind of not what I'm really excited about, but it's a new challenge. It's another kind of fledgling nonprofit in my mind. Well, that what I thought was a fledgling nonprofit was a startup that turned into, ended up raising $100 million, grew to about 300 people. And so I spent 8 years there, which I called I would say is my business degree, is learning, being on the ground from kind of day one of a startup, an impact startup, which I didn't even know was a thing. And then being able to kind of grow that into grow as the company grew. And so I learned so much along the way. I was invited to investor meetings that Al Gore was sitting on his BlackBerry at the time, barely paying attention to, other meetings that I was like wildly unqualified to be in. But because I was coming into something that was a startup, I was able to do a lot of different things and learn a lot of things. And so the benefits of a startup is that you get to kind of punch above your weight. And so there's not a lot of hierarchy. So you end up being responsible for and learning a lot of different pieces of the business. And then as you grow, you can kind of grow into a more focused area of expertise.